Okay, so in the past, I haven't been able to see your comments if I was on Wi-Fi, but it looks like Periscope made the change to that. So, yay! That is super awesome. So, good morning, everybody. It's Thursday the 24th, and this is actually, oh, sorry, a training for my team, the Dreamberries. They had asked for some ideas on what to do with your leads after a vendor event. So I'm going to step by step out a few things, and you might want to get some paper and pencil if you're doing vendor events so you can get a few ideas. So I will wait just a second if you're not at a place to do that. And then I'm just going to give you just my top few ideas of some things that you might be able to do. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and put them in the chat bar. And if you like what you're hearing, give me some love by tapping on your screen. And that gives me hearts so I know that you're there and what I'm saying is making sense. So, vendor events. I love vendor events. That's how, I'll flip this around for a minute even though I look blah. Just out of a shower. Hey, at least I showered today, y'all. So I love vendor events. I think they're a great way to get your brand out there, to get yourself out there, and to get out of your warm market. When I started with Jamberry, gosh, I did vendor events nonstop. I was kind of the only person in town, so it was great. I could do all of them that I wanted. They're such a great way to get out there, get out of your cold market, and really drive some business. We're going to do another training at another time on just vendor events, getting them, what to do with them, and things like that. But this training is really just for the follow-up aspect of after a vendor event. The one thing I do want to say about vendor events that I always want to talk about is always know your why for the event. You always want to know going in what it is that you want to get out of that vendor event. A lot of people think that they want to sell and they load up on inventory. And oftentimes what I find is that's really not what goes on. Yes, we do have a great cash and carry consumable product, but a lot of times if you're breaking into a new market, you might just want to sample and get tons of names for leads, for party bookings, and for people who are interested in the opportunity that might want to join your team. So please don't be disappointed if you go to a vendor event and you don't sell anything. Really, the purpose of a vendor event, in my mind, is networking, getting yourself out there and getting a firm foundation for your business to move outside of your warm market. And once you get into these vendor event circles, you get started to get invited to other vendor events. Does that sound right? But you'll meet other vendors and you start to move into a circle. Real quickly, before I talk about some tips with what to do with your leads after, I just want to give you a quick story. One of the slowest, that's a good politically correct, great 5 party leads and 1 consultant lead. Yeah, it's so great. One of the slowest events I ever went to, I wound up hanging out with a gal who had bought some Jamberry nail wraps on an online party and wasn't sure how to put them on. And we put them on and chatted and had just a great time. And I sold nothing, and I really didn't get too many leads because it wasn't advertised very well. But that one consultant for another company decided that maybe Jamberry nails might be something that she was interested in. She wound up joining my team, and she promoted to team manager over a year ago. And her promoting to team manager promoted me on the compensation plan, and it was just really great. So just never discount what might come out of a vendor event. Don't go in being so concerned about sales. Really know what your plan is. All right, so let's get to the meat of the matter. Lily in New Mexico asked me to help her out with some ideas for what to do when you come home and you have that whole big bunch of leads. And I hope that's your goal at a vendor event. Make sure that you're getting leads, tons and tons of leads for your business. That's the name of the game. That's how you grow out of your cold market. However, if you don't do anything with those leads, why did you pay the money to go to that vendor event? You should just put those leads in the fireplace or macrame blanket out of them or something like that. But please, please, please get leads. Yes, Pammy is so smart. Write down info that you'll remember on the back of those contact sheets. So when they walk away, flip it over and write cute mom, baby in a stroller, or cute gal with her best friend. They really loved the country club wraps that I was wearing, or whatever. But do something to trigger your memory. And one of the things that I said a long time ago on a conference call with my team was, don't be worried about following up. When those people stop by your booth, your table, wherever you are, and they fill out that slip, they're giving you permission to follow up. They're asking you, hey, please get in touch with me after this event is over. And if they've checked, they're interested in having a party, or you don't have a lot of catalogs and they want one later, they're asking you for information. If you don't do that, you're giving yourself and our entire industry a bad name. So please don't be scared. Don't be uncomfortable. Call your upline. Get in touch with somebody and say, hey, help me to make this first phone call or send this first letter. But they really are wanting you to follow up. That's why they filled out the paper. And so the funny thing is one time I said on a conference call, there you go, Pammy, fire yourself. Just fire yourself. If you worked let's just say you worked for me, I was your boss in a 9-to-5 job, and I sent you to the home and garden show, and you were to get leads for people we were going to do landscaping for this fall. And we came back from that home and garden show, and we had a stack of them, and I threw them on your desk on Monday, and I said, I'm going to follow up with you Wednesday, and let's see who you contacted. And I go to Pam's desk. I'm picking on you, Pammy. And I go, hey, Pam, how about those leads from our garden show this weekend? It was so great. We had such a great time. I had so much fun with you. Oh my gosh, we met so many great people. How about those leads? What'd you do? And Pam goes, well, Con, I've been on Facebook pretty much constant, since we got back, because that's what I do and that's what's fun. And I've been looking for cat memes all over the place. And there are some rockin' good ones. So, those leads, well, here they are. They're still sitting on my desk. And if you want to do something with them, that's great. But right now, I'll get back with you later because I'm over here looking for some more cat pictures. Okay, in the real world, I'd go, Pam, pack up your desk. You're fired. So, don't fire yourself after an event. Get on it and contact those people. They have given you their permission. They filled out the form. So please follow up. I can't tell you how many times I've dropped my business card in a fishbowl at an event when I've been there just kind of walking around and people don't follow up with me. Why do I do it then? Please follow up. Okay, so here are some tips. I'm going to flip this around for a minute. Well, in a second I will. So first thing you want to do when you get back is sort through all of those leads, and you want to kind of qualify them. The people who super interested, want to book a party, you had a great time talking to them, they go top of the pile, or they're purple Post-its, or however you want to define those. Then you have the next group. Maybe that's the group that they played a game that you had. A lot of the girls on my team right now are playing this fun Jam Plinko board game, and they're getting tons and tons of leads from that. It's like the Plinko board on The Price is Right, but they've made it into a Jamberry thing, and it's so much fun. So they're having, like prizes that they have to mail out next. So that should be, your next kind of a stack. Then, people who just want more information, they kind of go next. And then, honestly, the people who are like, no, I'm really not in, but they filled out, your contact sheet because they just wanted to be in the basket drawing, okay? We all have those. Don't fuss over those. If they're only doing it so they could get in a drawing, put them on a list if you got their email, but don't stress on them. So let's talk very first about the people who want that party. Get on the phone. Do the 2 days, 2 days, 2 days thing, but get on the phone. Have a call to action with them. Get on the phone and say, hey, it's Connie. I met you at the Oak Hills cheerleading deal this past Saturday. It was so much fun. It was so great to meet you. You said you needed a couple of days to talk to your friends because everybody needs a couple of days. I mean, if you can book them immediately, because you're going to have your calendar in an event, and if you can book them immediately, then those are your number ones. You've already booked them. Duh. So you're going to get your packets out to them, and you're going to start the whole host coaching thing. You're going to get that done. I'll get back to that question in a minute. I've got it in my head. So you're going to get that whole host coaching thing done. You're going to get that started. The people that you book right there, they are your number ones. Then your number twos is, yes, not having your calendar. So make sure you take your calendars with you. You always want to do that. So book them right there if you can. But then your number twos, so your first thing when you get back with following up with your leads, the first leads you follow up with are those people who you have a firm date with for either an online party or an in-home party. Try to get in-home parties booked at vendor events. Most of the time, those are people that you're meeting that you're within driving distance to. Get outside of your comfort zone if you're not doing in-home parties. They're my favorite. They're fun. So get hostess coaching. Then follow up with the people who said that they wanted to book with you. So that means you're going to leave them a message. You're going to text them. Chances are they may not answer their phone. But what you want to make sure that you do is leave a call to action with them. Hey, it's Connie. I met you. So excited about your party. Listen, I've got some hot dates in October. So call me back in the next 48 hours and I'll double the bonus prizes that I bring my hostesses or something like that. Make it your authentic self, but do that. So then get into a routine with following up with those people. Then if you've got people who wanted information on the business opportunity, Yahoo, they're as important as your number ones and number twos. What I do is I just make a real quick phone call or I text them. Again, nobody's going to answer. And I'm like, hey, Connie, met you at the Oak Hills dance competition. So much fun meeting you. Listen, today I am dropping in the mail your packet for information about the Jamboree opportunity. Cannot wait for you to get it. And I'd love to set up a time to meet with you at Starbucks because remember, these are folks that can meet you. They drove to an event and so did you. So try to develop that relationship. Hey, you're going to get that packet in the mail. But I'd love to meet with you. Or you can actually call them and say, hey, before I drop your packet in the mail, can I meet you for coffee? I've done that too. So it kind of works both ways. And then if you don't hear back from them, drop it in the mail. But if they're really excited about the business opportunity, they may meet you for coffee. Also, since you've got your calendar at your event, people who are interested in the business opportunity, you're going to give them packets there because you're going to have your packets unless you run out. And then you might want to schedule times to meet with them to go over joining your team. So you've got some options there, but you're still going to want to be following up. So if you gave them info, you still want to follow up and you want to definitely make sure that you have this kind of a call to action thing going on. That's, excuse me, when you get the most follow-ups back to you. Okay, so then you've got the rest of the people who are like, yes, put me on your email list, but I don't want to have a party or follow up with me with, new catalog or anything like that. So here's a couple of things that I want you to do. First of all, I'm going to flip this around. I want you to go to your own workstation. So this is mine, Connie. What about kids who fill out slips? Well, you know what? Kind of honestly, I don't let kids fill out slips at my booth. I always say, as your mom here, because honestly, I'm looking for people who are going to, bring me income to my business. So I kind of do like a 18 and older to fill out a drawing slip. It's my booth and, that's what I choose to do. Get their parent to your booth. That's my best piece of advice. So go to your workstation. Connie.jamberry.com, and then go right up here to connect with me. Okay, connecting with me, and then scroll over here, and it says get updates. Join my email list to stay in the know. Any email addresses that I get at vendor events, they're saying to me by filling out my form, hey, you can contact me. Here's my email information. So I immediately go to our Jamberry workstation and I fill out their name and their email address, and then they get on the Jamberry list. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that that's there. So definitely do that, because quite honestly, Jamberry is going to be sending out, even if you do an event this weekend, and maybe you have your own email list that you use, get them on the Jamberry list right away, because it's going to have your name, your contact information. It's going to have all of the shop with me info. So get them on there. You are not spamming them. They have given you the information, and you may even want to say that at your booth, hey, by giving, when people are filling it out, or you might want to have like a little something on a note that's there that just says, I'm going to be adding you to my Jamberry list. How many of you get the Pampered Chef or the 31 or, those emails that come directly from their home office? Well, you get that because you've got a friend in the business. So use that right there, because at the first of the month, Jamberry is going to send out about Style Box and, all of that type of thing. Absolutely. I would go in and input any emails that you have for any host, past or present, any customers, anybody who's bought from you. If they have given you permission to contact them on email, go ahead and, fill them in to your Jamberry workstation. Get that info in there so they're getting stuff from you. Okay, so do that. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. While I'm here, let's go to my team page. And let me look for that Plinko board that you guys asked about real quick. Let's see. Here it is. All right, this is my gal Shannon, and this is her Jam Plinko board, and I guess you can find it. I don't know if you can even see that. I guess, her hubby made one. Susan on my team, her dad made one. I think there's a template for this, like on, probably Pinterest. You could probably buy one off of Etsy, but it's going to be way too expensive to ship. But so basically at the bottom, what it says is Petty Pack. Oh my gosh, Connie, your eyes are terrible. Mini heater, nail prep cleanser, $20 gift card, half sheet of wraps, application kit, and then I also have people who do book a party, so, or not book a party, but free party. So like you're gonna bring all of the party stuff, and this is I've had, the girls have been saying that they've just been having such great, idea. Yeah, you can get one at Amazon. Thanks, Jana. Yeah. Oh, and Shannon posted here on this picture. It's a pegboard. She bought it at Lowe's around $7. She bought dowel rods, cut them up. They wound up using about 6 of them. She picked up spray paint at Home Depot, so it was pretty cheap for her to make this. And then what they do is when somebody does the Plinko thing and it drops down into one of the things, then they ring like the Jamberry bell, and people come flocking to their booth. So quite honestly, I think it's genius. Ways to work outside of your box. Oh, here it is, Connie. There's the bottom of her thing. But here's just some pictures of their booth. Again, we're not talking about events right now, but just really, using height, using balloons, playing games, just being, really prepared, having the Jamberry banner, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's get back to make this quick, because This is really more a training for you Dreamberries, so you guys have seen that. So let's kind of recap. First of all, take your calendar, book their appointments for team building, and also book your parties right there on your calendar. Then when you get home, those are the first people that you want to follow up with. Just making a phone call. Hey, checking in, really excited. I'm going to drop something in the mail for you, or to confirm a date. Second thing, follow up with those leads who you were not able to. Maybe you ran out of host packets and booking packets. That's the best thing ever when you run out, because then you've got lots of follow up. If you don't get responses, I kind of use that 222 format, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. And that seems to work for me. But really do a call to action. You get a lot better responses when you do a call to action. So when you don't just call and say, hey, it's Connie, you said you're going to book a party with me, call me back. Hey, it's Connie, it was so exciting to meet you. Gosh, your daughter was so stinking cute in that Scooby-Doo purple unicorn shirt. I don't know. Build a relationship with them. That's why it's so important to write on the back of the slip. Anyway, so great to meet you. Can't wait for the party that we're going to have together. Hey, listen, I'm just getting ready to drop your packet in the mail. If you want to meet before I drop it in the mail, I'd love to meet you for coffee, and just kind of go over the party. If that doesn't work, I'm going to drop it in the mail. So then the next ones are the ones who you're asking about, what if they don't follow up? So you want to do this type of a call to action. Hey, it's Connie. So great meeting you and your Scooby-Doo unicorn kid. Listen, you said that you were really jazzed up about having a Jamberry party. So am I. I've got some hot dates available. And if you call me back within the next 48 hours, I'm going to double the goodies that I normally bring to my hostesses. Or call me back within the next 48 hours and you're in for a drawing for whatever. And you can say, I'm offering this to all of my hostesses in October. That's not my own idea. I got that from some direct sales coach several years ago, but she did like a battle of the hostesses type of a deal. So, you could offer that up. 3 years ago, the best fall in-home party calendar I ever had, I did a deal where I gave away an Amazon Fire to my party hostess, the party hostess who had the best total. And there was some whole rubrics that I used, but I let my hostesses know that, you can be in a drawing for an Amazon Fire if you book a party with me in September. So, do different things like that. Give a call to action to get them to call you back. Okay. So then after you do that and you've whittled it down and you've called back those people, you might have people that you have to mail something to. Maybe they want a petty pack, or maybe they want a half sheet of wraps, or, maybe they want something like that. I was coaching on a call with Susan Tuck last night, and, she's like, well, should I mail this? And should I mail that? And should I mail the other? Well, here's something that I want you to think about. Most people take an envelope, think about it like a bill. They open it up, they take the good stuff out, and they toss the rest. So don't spend a lot of money sending stuff out to people that you said you would follow up with, unless it's your host packet or team building, a join my team packet. But if you're just sending out some sample sheets of nail wraps, make it fun, to the point, and done. And give like a call to action if they want more information, or tell them that you're going to be following up. What Susan and I talked about last night was like making a 4x6 postcard. You can make it in Word Swag or PicMonkey, send it off to CVS or Walgreens or Walmart, and print out really cheap 4x6 postcards. That just might say, cute picture on it, and, hey, it's Susan, so excited to have met you at the event. Here's your prize. I'll be calling you soon. Throw a business card in there. I wouldn't be sending a whole lot more because people are going to trash it. So just think about that. Do what makes most sense for you money-wise. Then next thing is getting those folks into your program online, your email thing. Then the thing after that would be, if you've got a program like Client Angel or one of those that help you to manage your leads, use that. Then get everything in follow-up. There's Constant Contact. There's, why do I always want to call it Monkey Chimp? that chimpy mail. What is that called? Anyway, that mail program, there's those email programs, then go ahead and get things, in that. But make it easy for you. So I hope this has been beneficial. I know I'm losing you guys. I see my little faces. MailChimp, that's it, not monkey head. Thank you, Rochelle. So any of that type of stuff will help. If you guys have any questions or anything like that that you need, shoot me a quick Facebook message and I'll be happy to answer your questions. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it gives you some ideas on how to follow up with your leads. Remember though, it's your job to follow up. They asked you to do so, so please make sure that you do it. Have a great day. Chat with you guys soon. Dream Berries, I'll be seeing you on the page.